Manuel Neuer, he's definitely not the same since coming back from injury. Rafinha. Why is Rafinha even playing for Bayern Munich? Like, why? Nicolas Sula. Very good prospect. Very good prospect. I like, his signing a few seasons ago. Mats Hummels. Frozen out of the German team. Sends a very strong message right there. David Alaba. Alaba, still very young, very talented Austrian, and I still love David Alaba. So, David Alaba, very, very, important part of this Bayern Munich team. He just needs, better defenders. Let me just say that. If, you want to compete in Europe's elite competition. Javi Martinez, washed up. Thiago Alcantara, not playing to full potential at all. Come on. Serge Gnabry, love, the look of Serge Gnabry. Signing from Arsenal, German international. He is the future, definitely. James Rodriguez, hardworking, but I just think he's, conflicted, Was at Real Madrid, felt rejected, came to Bayern Munich for redemption, and he has been doing very well, So if they are to do some sort of renaissance at Bayern Munich, I think he should be, part of the team going forward. He is still on loan. Frank Ribery, washed up. Washed up. All respect to the man, but Frank Ribery, it's time to move on. If Bayern are to compete in the Champions League going forward, gotta do something. You got to do something better than this. Robert Lewandowski, all I have to say about Robert Lewandowski, German Bundesliga bully. He had opportunities to go to, Real Madrid, turned it down. He wants to stay in the Bundesliga and bully, the Schalkes, the, Hoffenheims, the Leipzigs, and the Hannovers, and so on and so on. That's what he loved to do. So, no wonder he's not, showing up when it really, really matters for club and country. He's had a terrible year in terms of big games. Not in the Bundesliga. He's leading the scoring charts again. And he's probably happy that Aubameyang is not there to, give him some competition in, that regard. Bayern's bench, Jerome Boateng, frozen out of the German team. I don't know if he has an injury, but he did not feature in the game. Leon Goretzka should be part of the, rebuilding, Bayern squad going forward. Alphonso Davies, young Canadian, signed out of the blue. Very talented, but this is a shock signing to me still. Jung Woo-young, 19-year-old South Korean kid. I really never heard of him before today. Sven Ulreich, he filled in for Manuel Neuer last season. Had a horror show, and then he cleaned things up. Kingsley Coman, coming back from injury. He's had an injury-plagued career, but he's very talented. Love the look of him. Should be part of the, whole Bayern squad that needs to rebuild itself going forward. Renato Sanchez, still trying to find his feet after, his Euro 16 heroics. So, that sums it up, guys. 3-1 loss at home versus Liverpool in this season's Champions League round of 16. I know that was a different kind of, introduction, but I just had to point out that this Bayern team isn't looking good under the Kovac brothers. The Croatian last names, Kovac, if you look at it in English, or Kovacs. But things are not looking good at all. Things are not looking good. They're currently top of the Bundesliga, joint points with Dortmund, and that tells a lot. That tells, the whole story of how, Bayern's been lackluster this season. They've been dominating for the past few seasons, but, Dortmund was leading the Bundesliga table for quite a few weeks. But as I kept mentioning, Dortmund only teasing us. I think Bayern Munich will go on to win this season's Bundesliga again. And this Champions League, you know, getting knocked out of the Champions League round of 16 could definitely help their cause to, you know, actually, let's say, redeem themselves this season. Because for the past 2 years, they've been going through somewhat of a, you know, transition, you know, with Carlo Ancelotti being sacked, you know, Jupp Heynckes brought back in. He, you know, rescued the team, and then he left again. Niko Kovac came in, and then, you know, things, they're still rebuilding. But they need to make a statement, and they need to bring in some big name players if Bayern Munich are to be a force to be reckoned with in the Champions League. Remember, they won it quite a few seasons ago when themselves and Borussia Dortmund were in the finals. And guess who was the manager of Borussia Dortmund then? Jurgen Klopp. He has got his revenge, but this time with Liverpool, who has been tremendous, you know, this season. They have been awesome. They have been freaking awesome. You know, the title race is on in the English Premier League, you know, 1 point behind my team, Manchester City. And I'm telling you, Liverpool puts fear in, you know, the hearts of, you know, their opponents. They are freaking awesome. If I wasn't a Manchester City fan, I probably would have been a Liverpool fan because I just love the way they play. I watch Liverpool games simply because, you know, I have to keep tabs on them. I have to know them. I know the Liverpool team very, very well, and they have been freaking awesome. 3-1 on the road. Their away form in the Champions League this season has been awful. Losing all 3 games, you know. But after drawing the first leg 0-0, they traveled to the Allianz Arena and pulled off a remarkable 3-1 victory. Round of applause to Liverpool, man. I did predict them to win this freaking tie, and they did so. And as a City fan, I wanted them to go through so that they could keep, you know, some focus on the Champions League and get distracted, you know, in the Premier League. So it's a good thing for us City fans. Let me just say that. So in this game, we had Sadio Mané opening the scoring in the 26th minute. Beautiful delivery from Virgil van Dijk, who was linked to Manchester City. So this guy has transformed Liverpool in leaps and bounds. They're conceding less goals, and he is, you know, chipping in with assists and with goals as well as he did in this game. Sadio Mané, well, you know, controlled, brushed aside Rafinha like you're no match for a guy like Mané. And Manuel Neuer, I don't know where he was going. He should have stayed on his line because there was cover. There was cover. Sadio Mané did his trickery and lofted the ball, you know, in the back of the net. It was 1-0. He celebrated, you know, like they had just won they had just actually scored in the Champions League final, you know. But Mané has been in terrific form this season. And, you know, last season he was a bit conflicted with, you know, Mohamed Salah doing so well. Both of them are Africans, you know, Salah winning African Player of the Year and all of that. So a lot of that ties into, you know, the way Mané plays. If you guys have noticed over the past few seasons, he was a bit selfish last season, but he has improved in his game this season, and it's repaying him dividends, you know. He has been in awesome form in the English Premier League. Better form than Mohamed Salah as well. Salah has not been doing well this year. 2019, scored, you know, I think 17 goals in the English Premier League this season, but still hasn't been doing well in 2019. But Sadio Mané, brilliant goal to open the scoring. But Bayern Munich equalized, you know, Serge Gnabry, you know, pouncing on a quick free kick, you know, getting the better of the defender, and which was Andrew Robertson, and a cross goal, and Joel Matip put it in the back of his own net. If he didn't, Lewandowski would have been there for a tap-in anyway. So Bayern back into the tie, but remember, Liverpool, you know, would have still won the game under away goal rule if it ended just so. So it went into the second half 1-1. Liverpool looked the better team. You know, Bayern had a few look-ins at goal, but Liverpool were a more dangerous team. You know, Andrew Robertson even, you know, almost scored. Manuel Neuer coming up with a big save to his near post. So, you know, Liverpool never took the foot off the gas. They came there with a mission. They came there with a plan, and they executed it very, very well. Second half goal, the first, you know, second goal scored by Virgil van Dijk. Incident leading up to that goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold taking a free kick, Manuel Neuer, you know, just putting it over his own net, just out of the reach of Joel Matip. Next corner resulting from that save, James Milner, beautiful delivery into the path of Virgil van Dijk, who should be scoring way more goals though, with his height and, you know, with his skill set, should be scoring way more goals for Liverpool. And he headed it down. It beat Neuer, who didn't even move. He didn't even move. And that was actually 2-1. At that point in time, the tie was pretty much wrapped up, you know. Bayern Munich weren't playing like a team that was actually going to threaten Alisson too much. And Liverpool kept the pressure on, scored a third through Sadio Mané. Brilliant lofted pass by Mohamed Salah. Even if he's not getting on the score sheet, he is still a very, very dangerous player, drawing defenders, providing assists. Mané hitting it in the back of the net with his head. You know, he had to score that. You see how far back his hairline is? He had to put it in the back of the net. But Liverpool wrapping up a resounding 3-1 victory to book a place into this season's quarterfinal. Remember, they were last season's finalists. You know, losing dramatically to Real Madrid in the final. You know, Luis Carrier still haven't recovered fully from that, you know, horror show last season. Just search Besiktas goalkeeper. You will see what I'm talking about. But it was an awesome performance, man. It was an awesome performance. Much respect to Liverpool. Much respect to Klopp, Sadio Mané. You know, he has been one of the most consistent players in Europe, you know. Over the years, I think he played with Red Bull Salzburg, and then he went to Southampton, and, you know, then to Liverpool. I might be missing a team, but he has been so consistent, and he now has the record for Liverpool's top away goal scorer in the Champions League. So that's an awesome feat there with 7 away goals. Liverpool, as you guys should know, haven't been traveling so well, but they're looking to turn things around. So, again, congratulations to, you know, enemies, you know, but can't be bitter. You gotta, you know, congratulate your enemies sometimes, because sometimes it works out in your favor. Like, I'm hoping it does work out in, you know, our favor. Will we draw Liverpool again? Remember last season we drew Liverpool in the quarterfinals and they spanked us brutally. You know, I'm still reminded of that beating, you know, from time to time. So right now, I hope it does not happen again. I really hope it does not happen again. We now know the 8 teams in the Champions League quarterfinal. We have Barcelona, who brushed aside Lyon today 5-1. I have to make a video for that. We have Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Tottenham. 4 English teams in the quarterfinals, which is freaking awesome. Juventus, Ajax, and Porto. So, guys, does it mean an English team will actually lift the trophy this season? No, it does not mean that that will happen. You know, remember last season there were 5 English teams in the Champions League and they didn't win it. So, still have Barcelona in there as, you know, front runners. We still have Juventus looking very ominous for opposition teams. You know, but Liverpool definitely one of the favorites, along with my team, Manchester City, as well. So, looking forward for the draw on Friday. Anxious to see who we're going to draw. Looking forward to see who Liverpool are going to draw. All the matchups, man, they're going to be really good ones. I hope Liverpool don't get Porto. They brushed them aside last season. I hope they get a team like, you know, Barcelona. You know, it will make a great event. Definitely will test them. You know, if they could get past Barcelona, it could be their year. It could definitely be their year, man. But Liverpool, man, really good showing today. Stats today, if I want to touch on the stats real quick. Bayern Munich, 7 shots at goal, 2 on target. Liverpool, 10 with 6 on target. 58% possession for Bayern, 42% for Liverpool. 82% pass accuracy for Bayern Munich, 73% pass accuracy for Liverpool. So, you know, Bayern leading in the stats except in the goal department, really. There were 21 fouls in the game, 7 committed by Bayern, 14 by Liverpool. 5 yellow cards, 2 shown to Bayern, 3 for Liverpool. Disciplined game, you know. But all in all, Liverpool, man, conviction was on point today, and they are well-deserved victors. So, guys, I'm your boy, Dominic Rich. These are just my thoughts. Video is drawing out a little bit too much, you know. But when you're in tune with things, you tend to have a lot to say, basically, you know. But, guys, until my next video, if you're new around here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button, and until next time, peace out. Rich Squad.